Hey there, welcome back. So we're getting ready to start the second age against the bots here. So first thing we got to do is pick our three cards. So we have no advisors at all here. So I'm going to draw one from here. And that at least gives us an advisor. Not a very good one, but it's at least something. I'm going to do one from here. That also gives us a low-level advisor. So now my big dilemma is, what do I do next? I think I'm going to take another one from here. Oops, wrong button. Ooh, that's a really good one. But it's a subjugate card. So, that actually gives me... First of all, I have to pay 6 ducats to keep them.
Okay, guys, what do I build?
Done. Alright, so... Before I start the round, just want to do some analysis here. Clearly we have one leader we can put in. It'll be cheap. I now got a super powerful one, but it's also the super valuable subjugate card. I can still use these to be quite effective. In fact, they would work really well in Italy. But here's the thing: you need cubes, you need alliances. I just don't see myself doing subjugate. Well, actually, hold the phone. We got these guys. I can maybe vassalize them. Hmm. So if we... It would probably cost us 3 to make an alliance. It requires 2 cubes. Not a problem. I think those 2 cubes get spent, if I remember correctly. We would make sure. And then... the fabricate would require, or the subjugate, I would need a cube for every base tax that they have. So their base tax would have to be, let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then they have an English cube here. So we would need 9 cubes there to vassalize them. And we currently have 3. And let's make sure the alliance action, it's under diplomacy. Yeah, you just need 2 cubes. You don't lose them. Okay, that helps. You do lose them when you do the fabricate, though. Being able to take all of Portugal is pretty juicy. Okay, I think I am going to keep the subjugate, even though this is an awesome advisor. And if you ever go to the Discord channel, there's a guy that uses this exact picture. I don't know if that's really him, because I'm sure they use somebody's real picture to make these. And he's a pretty cool guy. Very, very helpful. Okay, so we got a plan, and now we just got to figure out what's the right execution to move forward. I'm assuming I can still vassalize a DNPR, because they're just like a regular NPR, except they do other stuff. Poland goes first. So they got themselves a jolly good time going on here. So let's spend a cube to defend. They need to have double the army.
We both have 8 cubes.
They don't have double, so they're going to spend 2 more to recruit.
This is so greedy, isn't it?
Because their manpower is that low. Holy cow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They only have 6 manpower. Yeah, they do.
It's made me very
So then they're going to move in and attack. Oops, going the wrong way. They're down here. So there's 2 of the dice, 2 hits. Let's roll this guy.
spike back.
So 2 hits on Poland there. And the rebels are at least gone now. And because they keep popping up, I'm just gonna, I don't know, I'm gonna create a pile somewhere.
For the
Where should I put it?
XXL.
We'll put it here on this board since this isn't being used right now.
We could survive this.
So they at least got rid of the big part of the army. But I kid you not, I think given the number of cubes they have, they're gonna go through all their cubes again and never even play a card. It is interesting. This is a very fascinating game how this is turning out. Okay, the Ottomans, they have a rebel, so they will also defend. They have a ton of armies. They do have a ship, and they have a ship in all the sea zones, so they can easily... Whoops. I did not mean to do that. They can easily move through the area and land here and fight. So 1 unit gets killed. And then this is gone. And we'll just keep a little pile up there. So that is done. Next is France. They are finally free of that. Now what's interesting is they have pirates. You would think, well actually technically they don't. Although it is at their port. So like if they did a defend action, right? Under attack by enemies, and you say is there an area with invaders? See, it's all army, army, army. None of this is defend your navy. You see what I mean? So there's no like check to see if you have their navy blocked in or whatever. So I think we're going to draw a card. So let's do it. So they're going to convert or focus. I don't think there's anything for them to... No, they do have... Nope, nothing needs to be converted for them. So they will focus. So let's bring that over. They're going to spend this, and they would focus on expansion, but right here you can see the politics. So they're going to complete that, and they'll get their cubes back for it. And we come over here, and the politics one, this one, oh my gosh, they beat us again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's our turn. So what I wanted to do was explore into Africa, which would of course have given us this exact thing. So I'm still going to do it. It cost me 1 cube because of this. And we're going to explore into Africa. So I'm going to take this ship that's free and move it into this part of Africa. And let's roll a die. Come on. I rolled a 1. I think that's a good number. Let's come back over and look. A 1 works. We got Angola here. A 2 would have been better, but I will take a 1. So I finally have a claim and a colonial claim in place. And so here I am. I have presence in 2 areas. And I do complete this objective. Have a claim on a distant area. No, I don't. This one is the one I wanted to do. These 2. Okay, I was getting a little nervous. Like, come on, guys. there's actually no opponent's town in a distant area. Like this one's really hard for me to do, maybe even impossible at the moment because none of the other AIs have even done New World exploration. So here, yeah, own provinces on two, and then here have merchants on two or more continents, which is going to be very doable. Now, by doing what I just did, oh, sorry, I'm moving around so much. The number here, see the green 2 up here on the top right? You got to come over here to the, these cards are going to be put back into the trade deck, and then we have to search through these. And anywhere that has the green 2, like this one, had one. And we're looking like, when you open it up, just look right where my mouse is. So see the silk? This silk has a 3 and a 4 next to it. Same as that one. This one has a 2. Oh, and then I realized you got to go backwards. Or otherwise they shift and it screws you up. There's a 2. 2. Done. So all these cards are going to go in. And now we shuffle. Done. Okay, so the Africa cards are now mixed in here. And it's any time you explore, and as soon as the claim gets plopped in a new area, it gets added. So you got 3 here and 4. Now the reason we're not adding 3 is because this is not a player realm. It needs to be a player realm, like a bot, not a DNPR. So, yeah, I mean, not the most exciting thing, but that was still a good thing for us to do. Because now, if I colonize that, which I don't have the cubes to do at the moment, I could spend these cubes, but you know I need those for other purposes. But if I ever colonize it, it is going to benefit me greatly. And I'm going to score these points. Alright, so we move to England. England still has rebels, so they're going to pay 1 to siege the rebel that's there. And they're done. That's all they need to do. Now we move to Austria. They're going to draw a card. Oh, and they do a naval. This is an interesting one. So that costs them 1 cube. A military card gets discarded. Logistics Master. Alright, so their naval logic, it's a little wonky, but it's the same deal. They only have 1 port, and it's already covered. And then they're going to try to go further out. So they would go anywhere where they can touch 2 trade nodes, which is what this would be. Now, since there's a pirate there, the naval action is how they get rid of the pirates. So let's see how that would play out. Okay, any hostile sea zone adjacent to the bot's ports or ships. And you could have answered, actually you can answer yes because there's a pirate there. But see, pirates aren't considered hostile, so again, the answer is no. Any sea zone without bots adjacent to ports? No. Do they have 5 or more? No. Any main map sea zone without bots adjacent ships, adjacent to any of the bot ships? So basically, is there any sea zone on the map? And that's what I did, is I just had to go out 1 more. So the answer is yes. Place ship in such zone. They're going to prefer adjacent to most trade nodes and then alphabetical. So we could switch, because I guess technically alphabetical matters if there's 2 trade zones. Is there any pirates adjacent? And the answer is yes. They're going to remove all the pirates straight up, and then it's end. So they don't actually do a trade card, which that part blows, because the trade card actually helps us. So pirate goes, and technically speaking, this is the central versus eastern, so C is greater than E, and this is still 2 trade nodes. Ah, but look, they already have a ship there. So it does go here. They already had ships out. Okay, sorry about that. We're going to move to Poland, who has a ridiculous amount of stuff to do. They're going to siege. They're going to be passing very soon in this game. You know, we're going to put these here too. Just because they might be coming back out. Alright, now we go to the Ottomans, who will draw a card. And they do have unrest, so they're going to do... The unrest one is a very simple one. It costs a cube, and they're going to remove 2 unrest. Diplomatic card gets discarded. Looks like it's a counter or study technology. So 2 unrest gets flipped. And they're going to do highest tax first. And then A. Okay, France. I'm going to draw a card. They do unrest. So they will do one. One of these cards gets flipped. And they get to flip 2. So highest tax would be here, A, and then B. Done. Now it's to us. So we're going to do a trade action. And trade action lets me move a ship and move a merchant. So I'm going to put the merchant down here in the Ivory Coast. Now the question is, am I going to move a ship? Because I have a whole bunch around Sevilla, and I want as many as possible to be there. And my problem is I need to go buy more ships. So I am not going to move another ship at the moment. I'm just going to get them down there. And now I have trade merchants in 2 foreign areas. So we just got Global Trade Network. Scores us 5 points and 2 admin cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the big victory is this. 2 more cubes here. And if all goes well, we're going to get that squared away. I am going to put this here as a free action. That cost me 1. Actually, no. It behooves you to keep them in your hand until all the event cards are drawn. Because these event cards, make your advisor sick. And you don't need to make your advisor sick. There's no rush to put him out there. Yeah, so let's not do that yet. So, anyways, that was complete. I got the 2 here. I got the 5 points. Oh, we still got to do the trade action. Alright, let's hope we get some good money, because we need it. Flip, flip, flip. Alright, we got Ivory Coast. And this requires an actual province, not a claim. So we would have the merchant and the ship. So it'd be a 2. We'd get $6. So slaves, there are special rules for slaves. You lose a point if it's age 3 or 4. I do love that they wrote that in there. This one is possible for us. This one is absolutely not possible, so we're going to get that one discarded. So this one here, like I said, we don't have any of the provinces. We have a merchant and a ship, and that's it. We'd get $6. Now, the reason to take it is we could do another trade action later and possibly get better money from something else. Like, the chances of getting an Ivory Coast again is low. But with that said, we do have Seville here, and we have this one, and actually only 1. So we have 1 plus the merchant is 2, and then we have 4 ships, which puts us to 6. So we'd actually make $7 if we chose this one. This one is 6. I'm actually going to choose the slaves. So yeah, I know I'm going to hell. So $6. And now, why did I choose the 1 less? It's largely because then this merchant is I can't do another trade action here, and I want to keep this one available for something that might be a little more lucrative, because I can get really high trade power with this one. That's really it. I'm just banking on the fact that Seville is going to be a more common card than than down here. So um, now Angola was one of the listed areas, but again, you need a province. I only have a claim. Okay, so that was a very important turn for us. So now we go to England, who I think can finally draw a card. Diplomacy. 2. And then they get rid of one of these. Jason. So, quick rule thing. When anybody declares war on a bot, the bots automatically recruit for 1 power.
Okay.
So they're always at full strength as soon as somebody declares war on them. Or as close to full strength as 1 recruit action can get them.
Okay.
I didn't mute you guys because that's a rule that you guys would benefit to hear as well. I think I've been doing that wrong. Alright, so we're doing a diplomacy here. England has a lot of cubes here. They lose that alliance though because of the alliance rule. So let's go see what happens with the cubes. What's going to happen is they're going to put that alliance right back on.
Oh, wait, goodbye.
Yep, alliance possible, yes, and then add a cube. And then done. So the alliance comes on, and they add a cube. So now they're maxed out. Austria. Gonna do diplomacy.
Just want to start one.
One of these comes out. What is that one? Spy network. Skippy Skippy. Diplomacy. So we gotta look at their situation. There's 2 cubes here. There's 2 cubes there. That's a really interesting scenario there. They don't have the most cubes here. So they would choose this one, and they're going to do an alliance. And add a cube. Now the question is who do they do the alliance with? I'm assuming the largest one. So Munchen. Okay, hapless Poland goes again. They're going to spend a cube to defend. They have 4 units. They will march, and now they're going to attack 2 units. So they're spending their whole life just dealing with rebels. And 1 dies.
Yeah.
And now this rebel's gone. And that's it for them. Now the Ottomans. They're going to convert. So flip, flip. And now they're back to stable. France. Gonna do a naval. This goes away. And their naval situation, you see they now have ports up here. So they're going to place a ship up here and then remove the pirate instead of trade. Okay, now it's back to us. Okay, we have a lot of stuff to do. I think the next step is I'm going to spend a cube, diplomatic cube, and that's going to go on here. So we currently have 4, and we said we need 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the English cube makes it 9. So I need 9. I need 5 more cubes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 15 ducats to put those 5 cubes out there. And I'm not going to bother putting the 5 cubes out there unless the other players do something. And then we're going to subjugate them. So let's go on. England. One more card. They're going to convert. I don't think they have any religious issues. They need the unrest one. So convert doesn't happen. So instead, they're going to pay a cube. And they're going to gain the politics action. It gives them 2 cubes back. And so now there's a second one on here. They're going to get 3 points. Austria. Unrest. They are for sure going to do this one. They get to flip 2. Whoops. Oh wow, they only had 1 unrest. Oh, that's because they lost everything else. Okay, they finally got rid of all their unrest. Poland. They are going to siege. So that's gone. Now the Ottomans. Don't think they have unrest anymore. So they are going to focus on... They're going to get economic. So we got lucky here. Because the economic was just taken by us. Oop, wrong side. This is the economic one. So they go on and they're going to get 3 points. And they get 2 cubes, which I know I just took away from them. We got to add it back on. 1, 2. Alright, their turn's over. France. Gonna do 1, and they're gonna full-heartedly get back into military again. Let's roll the die. I rolled a 1 for France. I think it's this one. A 1 is Aquitaine. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, are they at war? No. Do they have a claim? Yes. Oh, actually, that's going to be the 1. They rolled a 1 for the claim. So which claim has a number 1 on it? That's claim 2. Claim 1. So what's in that area? They got Burgundy. So yeah, France declares war on Burgundy. They have lesson 4. Yes. Yes. They're going to declare war. Going to spend 1 to recruit. Get a whopping 1 unit. The war we're just going to put there. Yeah, this is really bizarre, but yes, they got a lot of weird places. Okay, there are no allies. There's no defense. Remove all their cubes. We'll do that later. Does it trigger a land battle? I don't think so. Is the army size greater than the target strength? Yes. The army map on the board? No. Oh, maybe they are. Hold on. I don't think they should be on the board, to be honest. They should have been removed the moment that there was no longer any unrest there. So, and they don't have any cubes that should have been removed. That army is going to come right back on the board. So the answer is no. Place it in the closest place. Does it trigger a battle? No. And then they're going to move? Yes. And they're going to trigger a battle. So they're going to place and move. Which one are they going to move to? Great question. I'm going to assume, I mean, they both have the same, this begins with a B. So they're going to go here. And they're going to fight 2 units here because of this. And 1 hit. Alright, so that is done. Now it's back to us. Okay, we're going to play Subjugate. That costs me 1 cube. And this is awesome. We get to remove all these cubes from them. And England's going to lose their cube. And we just eliminated Portugal from the map. So we happen to have, I guess they're blue. Let's preserve the colors. We don't happen to have a green on the board anymore. So those all go away. Oh, I better keep track of what I'm doing here. 1. They run Sweta. We had 2 of these. And then here. Now, technically speaking, I need another subjugate because these are just vassals. Not quite as good. But it's still, I still think it's pretty nice because that just increased our income and manpower. And it also removed Portugal from being an issue for us in terms of they actually do start to get cards where they start to blob into the new world, especially Africa. So that was a good turn. Now we go to England. They got a lot of cubes all of a sudden. They will do a naval, and military card is gone. So they do add they don't have 5 ships out yet. So they are going to add one that needs to be between 2 zones. So they can do there, and then of course they're going to kill a pirate. So none of them are drawing trade cards, so that makes me cry. Then we do Austria. I don't think they have any unrest anymore, so they're going to focus on war. They cause one of these to get discarded. Now this is where I have to make up for my screw-ups. So I'm going to put this here, and then they get discarded. Now the war one gives them coins, and they don't actually take coins. So they get that though, and they do get 5 points. So they're back up to there. Keep going. We have a defend for Poland, where they move into here, and now they're going to fight 3. They technically don't have double. They wouldn't have moved. Hold on. The answer is yes, but they don't have 2 cubes left. They don't have 2 cubes left. The answer is no. No. They're already at 3, yes. No. So we're going to have to roll a die to see what they do. We rolled a 6. So a 6, do they have 2 or more cubes? No. They're going to do spy action. So they're not moving in. So they come back. Spy is a little wonky because the invader is not a player. Let's see what it does. At war with any opponent, no. At war with an NPR, no. Select an opponent and just add 2. Let's see, it doesn't even help them. I guess you could say they're at war with an NPR because it's the rebels. I'm going to say that. They're at war with something. So we're going to say go to military. Okay, are they at war? Okay, darn it. Yeah, this is not. I'm going to say. Well, because I said yes to the last one, I have to say yes to this one now. No, no, yes, no, yes. So it's telling me to trigger a battle. I still like that outcome more than them trying to spy on someone. They should go and at least try to win. So here we go. 3 dice. And see, look, it paid off for them. So they just lose 1 of their units. And the rebels are removed. And they won't be able to siege both, but they'll at least be able to get 1 of them back. That's huge progress for them. Ottomans. Convert. It's absolutely going to happen. And I just realized something. Did I give the... I did. I gave the Ottomans something. I'm taking that back. 1, 2, 3. We're going to put the cube there again. Here's the issue. Oh no, I apologize. It was this one. My apologies. Alright, so coming back to here, they're not going to do a focus. They have a convert to do. So we're going to move a cube over. They have a lot of converts to do. This one, oh, they still haven't taken Constantinople. This one, oh, actually they can't do a convert. Wow. I thought they could. I really did. Okay, well then they're going to focus on expansion. So that cube is going to go there instead. Alright. Unrest. They are for sure going to do unrest. They got 2 to flip. So it's going to be those 2 top priority. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Sorry, they're at war. Instead, that cube that's spent, they have to spend 1 more. And they're sieging. So now they get to put something there. And it's occupado. Like so. Okay, now it's back to us. I'm trying to remember, what was my plan? I for sure need to get my stability up, but I thought I had more than that as a plan. We want to resolve this, but I need to hire troops, which needs money. Okay, let's do the obvious thing first. It only cost me 3 cubes to raise the stability up here, because it's 5 minus 2 is 3. So we at least got rid of the unrest portion of this. Now we go back. England is going to take an event. So they're going to be the first. Come over here, roll a die. Okay, a 4 means So basically, it's 1, 2, 3. A 4 means an opponent, and a 5 and 6 means their own. So a 5 or a 6 meant they would have taken this. But instead, they're going to take an opponent. And that's an interesting one because there's two of them out here. So I'm going to roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or no. They have another thing. This is the opponent with the highest tax income, which would be Ottomans. So we're going to take Suleiman the Magnificent. And let's see. I'm just curious because I've never seen these yet. Gain 1 and 2 diplomacy men. May remove 2 unrest. Wow, that is really nice. And look at this. 3, 3, and 4. That's a great leader. However, Commander of the Faithful. Ottomans gain a cube and a claim in Hejaz, Iraq, or Hungarian plain. It's going to be Hejaz. They always take the first of the options. Now the question is where is that? There's Iraq. Let's not forget their cube. Hejaz, Iraq, or Hungarian plain. This is Astrakhan, Armenia, Caucasus, Kurdistan, Iraq, Rum, Karam, Syria, Aden, Anatolia, Archipelago, Greece, Moldavia, Transylvania. What the heck? I've never had so much trouble finding something before. Jason, where's Hejaz? Hejas or Z? Hejaz. Where would that Yes, where is Middle East? Do you know where?
Arabia coast.
Oh my gosh, so it's going to be in the New World map.
Maybe? Should be in the India area.
Yep, there it is. Okay, yeah. Alright, so they now have a claim in here, so now we have to add all the 3s to the deck, which is ridiculous because the 3s, no one's going to have a trade going on there. See, that's a 4. I didn't mean to add that. So that added 4 worthless cards to the deck. Interesting. Must declare war on a realm this claim is valid for. Remove any truce if needed. And then England is going to gain 2. That prolongs them passing. I'll declare the war. I don't think they're going to do anything about it. Okay. Oh, and then the next event comes out. If both you and the opponents have units, it's not very helpful to us. Poland inherits Mazovia. Now this is interesting because Mazovia is a vassal these don't help the bot as much. We had this happen to us before. England adopts Protestantism. England gains. Wow. They're not going to do A, of course, unless we pick it and force them to do A, but interesting. Okay, Austria. Convert. They actually have a conversion to do. Oh, they used to. I don't think they do anymore. So, Austria is definitely not going to do that action. So instead, they're going to focus on politics, which means they're going to get these cubes back. So they get here, and it's 1 point. Now it's Poland. Still have 1 cube left. They're going to, whichever one is, they're going to remove that. So they're going to draw a card. I don't think, yeah, no unrest. So they're going to focus war. Instead, they're going to focus expansion. And that is going to hurt us. Because expansion is the one we were trying to get here. Own provinces. So they're going to gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess we could have beat them to the punch, but it's really hard to do. I would have had to spend 4 of these cubes because we have no colonists. Okay, France. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that was not in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're going to draw 1 more. Unrest. Whoops. Nope, they're not drawing 1 more. Sorry. Well, hold on. They don't have any invaders. That's the weirdest thing about this. So they really are going to draw 1 more. And then do this. Okay. We could spend 4 of these cubes and claim this, which will give us 2 more of those cubes. Or I could spend 4 of these cubes and move our stability up. I also have a lot to do here. We're going to go ahead and spend the 4 cubes. And in doing so, that allows us to put a town in Africa. So we're going to get rid of this claim and put a town in Angola. That increases our tax revenue and stuff, so that helps us. And it also gives us points. And 2 cubes back to here, which we do need. And I can always change national focus to move cubes over, but I'm worried I'm running out of actions again. And of course I have debt. I have all kinds of issues. So keep going. England now has more cubes. So we're going to go ahead and do a military action. Discard this. They rolled a 3. While I'm here. No, yes. The claim is 1. Here is 5. So it doesn't match any of their claims. Any area with that token adjacent to bot? I think the answer is yes. See, right here. But that's not adjacent to the bot. Oh, no it's not. They don't have a presence there anymore. So the answer is no. Answer is no. They're going to roll die again. 4. Realm in Ireland. Nope. So they're going to roll again. 5. Scotland. This is crazy. They got all these cubes in Scotland. So I think what they're going to do is they're not going to attack Scotland, because what's going to happen is, so they rolled for the target, they gain a claim. Is it an opponent? No. But they have more than 4 cubes in the area, so therefore it's not eligible. So the answer becomes no, and so now they're going to select something else. But they do place a claim. So let's roll for something else. So the Ireland has a 1 that goes to Netherlands. That makes sense. So they get a claim in Netherlands. And we keep going. This part is true. And target strength greater than double theirs. The answer is no, and they're going to declare war and spend a cube and go up to 9. So crazy. So they just declared war on the Netherlands. So good luck. Which one of these is the Netherlands? I'm going to go with Antwerpen. Well, yeah, this is the Netherlands here, actually. So they declared war there. And if that's the case, it's Amsterdam. It's funny, this is the one they wanted. Okay, alright, let's see. No. Yes. No. No. Yes. No, I mean, yes. So they're going to move and engage. Well, actually, the army was on the map, but they could still get there in one move. So, okay, so now they're here. It said Netherlands. I'm assuming they're at war with all of them. We did that with Ireland, right? So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4. They had double the army strength. Only one got hit. Alright, so England's steamrolling there. And they get a cube back. Okay, Austria. They are doing a military. Flip, flip. I don't even want to. I shudder to think what they're going to do here. We're going to roll. I rolled a 4, I believe. So it's the owner of Pugioni, which I think they have. Yeah. So we gotta roll again. This time it goes deeper. So after it gets to here, a 3 goes to Poland. Oh gosh. So they really are gonna pick on Poland again. Let's see. Let's make sure. Are they at war? No. Do they have a claim? No. Any area with this adjacent? Oh, I didn't think about that. The answer is yes, right here. Yes, it is. So we're going to place a claim there. Select a realm for which this is valid. And they're going to declare war. Okay, so that is going to happen. And it's going to be Venice. So they declare war on Venice. And then they're going to call an ally here. So it's going to flip over. And the 2 cubes come off the ally and go onto Austria. And they are going to spend 1 cube to recruit 9. 2, 4, 6. That's 8. And then they're going to be able to grab one of these for 9. Because this area has a tax of 3. So they're going to be able to provide 2 units. So there's 1 more unit here for recruiting. Venice doesn't have any allies. No. Yes. I think their army is on the board. They're going to move in battle. Yes. So we're going to come over here. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's just 1 hit. Come on. So it's going to be this one. Okay, now they go to Poland, who has to pass. But before that, they have to grab an event. They rolled a 3. So they're taking their own event. Okay, inheritance of Mazovia. So any Polish small city on Warsaw develops into large. All right. Okay, done. If there is Polish here, it becomes Polish small. They're going to gain 1 cube. which will allow them to siege that down, so that'll delay the passing. Ottomans. They're going to focus on economic. France. They are at war. I don't know why they would pass. They have things to do. They're at war and have more than 4 cubes left. Okay, yeah, they're going to draw a card. I don't think they have unrest anymore. So they're going to focus on politics. Alright, now it's back to us. I forgot what I was going to do again. I have a lot I want to do. Like, I want to get some trade in. I can do a focus to move cubes over here, which would move my stability up. But I think what I want to do first is I can get rid of unrest. But instead, I'm going to declare war on the Andalusia area. That gives me nope, I can't do that. I'm going to recruit. Nope, I can't do that. I'm going to trade. That I can do. 1, 2, and 3. There's a Seville for 7. There's a North America. I don't have any of these. But I have a merchant and 2 ships, so I would get 8. So I'm going to do the North America for 8. See, those 2 ships make a difference up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Gives me some extra armies. Alright, England. They're at war and they have more than 4 cubes. Whoops, hold on. Did they move there? They did. They're sieging. They have 1, 2, 3, 4. They have 5. Hold on. One more hit against England. Now they're sieging. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was quite the haul for them. Right, there she be. England is a ragin'. And out of cubes. Austria, plenty of cubes. At war. That's right, they're sieging 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they get the same deal. So here's the 2 towns and a large. So we're finally to the spot. Where they're in this situation. So the 20 token thing comes back for them. Alright. There's the large. 2 small. And boom. Okay, so let me think about this. They scored 4 points. England I don't know how they were sitting on 3. I mean, I guess that's because they only got 3 from this, but they're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points for what they just did. Alright, Poland. They are going to get the siege. They're going to be able to get that last one off. Well done, Poland. Yay! Ottomans. Naval. Boat. It's going to come out and go here because this is between 2 trade nodes. Alright, so let me think about this. So that's done. Oh, this goes away. And they do get to draw a trade card because there's finally no pirates. And it's cocoa, South America or North America. Now the good news here is just because when our merchant is exhausted, we can't choose it as a primary action, but we can use it here. So I don't think I have any of these. However, I have 3, so I'm going to get 12 bucks. That's fantastic, and that's going to give the Ottomans 2 more points. But for us, we're going to get 12 bucks. Puts us to 22, which we really needed. Okay. France. They are at war and have 4 cubes. They're going to draw again. Now they're going to do diplomacy. You have 2 cubes here. Going to get an alliance and add a cube. So France has an alliance with what's left of the Papal State. And going to add a cube there. Okay, now it's to us. So we got a lot to do. In order to do the declare war action, I need troops. So I'm going to do a recruit. And I got to get at least 1, 2, 3, 4 to make sure we win. So it's going to cost me 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm going to get 2 more light ships, which is 8 more. And I'm just realizing every time I do my upkeep, I keep forgetting to add my ships. So this would have been 1, 2, 3, and in Africa 3. So I'm going to get rid of 6 ducats because for at least the last 2 rounds I've been forgetting to take into account the upkeep of my ships. So that's the only fair thing to do. Alright, turnover. England. They have to pass. And they will. So England gets 2 cubes. Austria. They're at war, although technically it's over. But that doesn't matter. They're at war, so they're going to keep going. They can convert. There's nothing to convert. So they get a focus on expansion. Poland has to pass. So they're going to gain a cube. Ottomans still haven't spent more than they make. They're going to do a military action. And technically they're at war too. And then this flips. Are they at war? Yes. Done. When they declared war, they would have spent a cube to get their manpower up. My apologies. Bots always do this. They always spend a cube and get all their manpower. If you declare war on them or they declare war on someone. Okay, now back to this. Yes. No. Done. Done. So basically they're going to try to move to do this attack. So they got to get deep into enemy territory here to do this. So they're just going to move 2 into Iraq. There is a rule regarding in areas with at least one province whose lawful owner is either friendly or your enemy. You must be at war and either remove 1 cube from the area in question or pay 3 ducats. Okay, that's for a player, but what about the bot? Must remove 1 cube from neutral areas. They may not move into neutral areas where they have. What if they don't have a cube? So if they're forced to lose a cube and they can't, it's an influence cube. It's not a. Gaining or losing cubes. You know what? I'm just going to make them lose a action cube because I don't know what else to make them lose. So just make them spend 1. And they are close now. They're actually right next to their target. Alright, France. They're at war. They don't have less than 4. So France is moving towards passing. They're going to take an event. And I forgot. This now has 2 coins on it. This has 1. Who took that last event? That was Poland. So Poland actually has 1 more cube because the event had a coin on it. That's an Austria one. So France rolled a 5, which means they're going to take their own. They can't. Are they at war with an opponent? No. So then they're going to take the leftmost one, which gives them a coin. And more coins are going onto these ones. That's the French one. How many more are left? Just 1 more. Okay, let's make sure they get their cube first. Alright. Since this doesn't belong to anybody, they're going to choose option A. If both you and 1 or more opponents have units adjacent to Transylvania, pay 2 to gain. So it has no effect on them. So then you come here and it says they gain 1 and resolve secondary effects. So 1 cube for them. The secondary effects is attrition. And that's anybody at war loses units. If they're in a hostile area. They are in a hostile area. The attack space is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they're going to lose 4 troops. England also loses troops. It's not double, so they're going to lose 2.
How's it going, Navy?
That's everything. Okay, so France is done. Now, if we're convinced that this is not our event, there's a juicy 6 ducats here for taking this one. But I think I'm going to leave it be for now, because I don't want to ruin the chance of getting our event. Plus we have stuff to do. So I am going to declare war. We're going to march 1-2. We're using our claim here. And we are battling 2 of them. They always roll 3 dice. If they had more than 3, if they had 3 or more, they get to draw a card. And we never triggered that rule yet, but so they do 2 hits on us. So 1, 2 exhausted manpower. And then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And unlike the bots, we actually do have to hit them back. And we did. Whew, just barely, but we did. Okay, so those are basically defeated. We're guaranteed to pull this off because there hasn't been 4 people passing, so we're going to be guaranteed at least 1 more action. So the way this is going to work, and I am going to take my next turn just because it's quicker, is I'm going to put those out, and that of course would be a siege for 2 actions, or 2 cubes. But since we won a battle, I would have gained a cube, so that's why I'm only spending 1. And then these, of course, would be Occupado. Like so. And this is going to be excellent, because now we're going to have the Reconquista. And, oh, by the way, we finished... Own all provinces. So we formed Spain. That would have unlocked 3A. The Iberian Union, which I think it would be in our hand. So this one, own or vassalize all provinces of Portugal, Macaronesia, Aragon, Andalusia, Leon, and Castile. Where's Macaronesia? Oh, here. Oh, this is so excellent. I'm going to complete this quest. Going to gain 3 admin cubes or 3 light ships in the central Atlantic. Oh my gosh. That's fantastic. Okay. That ends our turn there. And the next turn, by the way. England. I think they already passed, didn't they? Yep, England and Poland passed. These guys, they're at war. Gonna draw a card. I don't think there's anybody for them to convert. Nope. So doing another one of these. Focus. And so they're gonna gain expansion, which I think gives them 2 cubes back. Yep. So they get the second one here. 3 points. I already gave them their cube back. They're passed. They're going to pass, so they're going to roll, or going to do event. 6, which means they're going to choose their own event, which is not there. So now they're going to choose an opponent's event, which is, I can't remember what I'm tongue-tied. Highest points. So who would that be? That's France. They're going to choose France's. No, they're going to choose Austria's and then France. So who's here? Alright, so they're going to choose this one. So I'm going to move the money over. And of course they're going to go with option B. I'm just anxious to see what this is. This is ours. See? Although, I'm not sure I'm excited about these, but we'll deal with that later. First off, they get a cube because it had money on it. Second, Lombardy and Central Italy leave the HRE. So when two people leave the HRE, down 2. And how do I know that? If an area leaves the HRE, which is what that is. So he goes down 2. So they're going to choose B. Let them go. The Emperor loses 2 points and 2 imperial power. And you gain 1. Wow, that just totally slammed the Emperor. So they're going to lose 2 points and 2 more imperial power. They're down to 0. So all these come off. Wow, that's a blow to them. Okay, so because we're drawing stuff that belongs to every kingdom, so there's not a lot of secondary effects happening here. And that's good because that keeps Da Vinci alive a little bit longer. And as you can see, there's no secondary effects on any of these. So I gotta read mine because this is still a lot of money, and if I'm okay with the B, I might let somebody else choose ours. So let me see. Castile gains 2 military strength and a claim. See, it's each area with French towns in those areas. France doesn't have any towns in those areas, so it's completely useless to us. And of course, France gets claims in them, in any of those areas with Castilian towns, which we also don't have. So I would literally just be getting 3 military cubes. Otherwise, I'm going to lose 1 point, which, it stinks. But I gain 2 cubes in an area above, and I just won't gain the cube here. Now, what would I gain if I picked, other than I'm going to get 8 ducats? I can force the Church of England. I can force them to go to Protestantism, so that way they're going to get revolts all throughout England, because none of them are Protestant. They would gain a point. 3 cubes. And ducats equal to their base tax times 2, so every 10 ducats they get another cube. They would lose 2, which means they're going to get 2 unrest. And must discard 3 from Catholic areas. Okay. Probably not the worst thing. England loses 2, but gains 1, so that means they remove an unrest. They're going to get a cardinal. And 2 in Central Europe, so I'd gain 1 cube for choosing that. So really I'm choosing this for the money. And they're just deciding what happens to England. This one, claims in Italy. See, France gains claims in those areas, but see, they don't have any towns. I can make them lose 2 points. Yeah, none of these are very interesting to me. If anything, maybe I'd just choose my own just so I can... I don't know. I still think I would choose this one just for the money. But I think the bottom line is I don't want to choose any right now. So, for our turn... I apologize. France is going to pass. Now it's our turn. We already did this, so we got to keep going. England passed. Austria has a ton of actions left. They can remove unrest, and they will. Flip. And these were supposed to be flippitied. So we'll flip this one. That cost 1 cube. I don't know if I paid it or not. They just have so many cubes. Poland passed. Ottomans are at war and have 4 cubes now, so they're going to keep going. So they're going to do naval, which is going to help us. And they have 1, 2, 3 ships on the board, so they're going to keep putting ships on. And this time, So these are going to go to the Adriatic Sea or here. This is between two, so they're going to go here. And then the thing that's important for us is they're going to do this. So English Channel, Genoa, which, dang it, I don't have a merchant there anymore. Or Alexandria. I think they can do Alexandria, and then English Channel, of course, is going to be done by these guys, so they're going to get two. Genoa's nobody. Alexandria, they can move to there, so they're going to get 2 cubes themselves, which means they're not going to pass yet, and that's going to be good for us. So that still saved us. France passed. In fact, it's really just the 3 of us here, and until one more person passes, I can keep taking actions. So one of the things is maybe I should do a trade myself. I could also do a focus to try to get the stability up. I'm not as worried about ducats as I used to be, although I am in a lot of debt still. I do want to get these out, so I think I am going to do a trade. So let's do that real quick. I get to move ships, so I'm going to move 1 ship to there. It's only 1 ship I get to move at a time, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Although actually I could move this here and boot France out, but I have plenty of ships for Seville. And let's go 1, 2, 3. Okay, this one would be great, except I've already chosen that one. I need Seville, and then the one time I need it, I don't get it. And this is the thing where we got ruined, because we're drawing these cards that don't help us. And yeah, I can't choose anything. So when you can't choose anything, you get 2 ducats. Don't spend it all in one place. Okay, England. All that's left over here is Austria. They're going to do Papal Curia. They discard one of these. So basically, they're putting a cube on. They're going to boot them off. Oh, nobody gets booted. But they took over the Papal. So that makes sense. We get another turn because of this. So diplomacy for the Ottomans. They have a ton of cubes up here. So let's see what they do. Alliance and a cube. Yeah, they go through this pattern all the time, don't they? They put an alliance on and another cube. Then they lose the alliance at the end of the round. France has passed, so it's back to us. Okay, how do we want to do this? I think I want to remove some unrest here. But at the same token, I would love to do an explore action. However, I have a lot of debt, and I'd like to get that paid off. You know what? No, I'm going to do another trade action. And that'll let me move another ship. So I can put it up here. I have a lot of power up there. And I could do it down here too. I'll do down here. There's another, here we go, Seville and Seville, but it's grapes. Grapes are way better than fish. So we finally got the lucrative one. I have Seville, I have Porto, Beira, I have all 4 of these. I am way up here. I get 9. So I'm going to just spend one and get rid of one of these. Nope, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I know why I was doing the trade. So I'm at 11. I need to get these guys out. So this one's going to cost 1. That's a free action. And then this one costs 1 as a free action. Because we're nearing the end of the round. Okay, England passed Austria. They're actually getting low in cubes. Alright, they're going to get an idea. Alright, so for them, they're going to get an idea. They're going to roll. It's a 2. So they're going to get one here. So let's grab claim. I got to roll again. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, bottom to top. So we're going to take the topmost one, which is the colonization policy. I get 2 points. And since it's an admin, they have a second cube here. Or another way to represent it is just to move this cube to the right. I keep forgetting about this. They actually lose unrest between every round. I gotta remember to do that. Because that actually would have... I made life a little harder for them than it needed to be. But they're doing just fine. They will be passing soon. Ottomans are passing, so that means we're down to our last action. And I'm not going to take an event, because that lets me do one more action. This costs me 4 to move. I can't. I am going to... See now, an explore action is dangerous, because I only have 1 cube. I am going to spend the cube and remove the unrest here. I don't need to do... Well, hold on. I'm going to spend both cubes and remove 2 unrest. There we go. Then I'll be done. Now this is a 2-4-3. What am I getting? A 2-3-3. So I'm going to actually get somebody worse. Not a lot worse, but definitely worse. Okay, we're done. Austria is just passing. So they're going to be grabbing their event. They're going to grab the one in the middle. Well, they sort of ended that debate for us, but we are going to get 2 ducats for picking our own now. And they're going to get the one for England and choose B. And then also they gain a cube. As for the B here, England's going to lose 2 points. They're going to lose an unrest, gain a cardinal, and 2 cubes in central Italy. And these guys gain another one. They're going to lose an unrest. They're going to lose 2 points. Where'd they go? Oh. It was hard to see. They're going to gain a cardinal. So Poland loses theirs. They become papal. England does. And 2 cubes in central Italy. Alright, so then we can't take any more actions, but now we're forced to do our event. So I'm going to, by the way, this one, nothing's going to happen because there's no secondary events on the bottom. So France just doesn't even get any positive or negative. And then we do get 2 ducats. Then I have to pick one. And because we're getting 2 ducats, I am going to spend 10 to get rid of one of these, because why would I want to increase my upkeep if I don't have to? Alright, so in this one we would gain, like I said, 3 military cubes and a claim in every area in Italy. So we could theoretically start invading the crap out of Italy, which the tension does do for us, and that would get us a lot of power. You know what? I'll do it. I'll take the 3 cubes, and then basically we're going to get a claim in each area. Oh no, we're not. It's only if there's France there. We don't get anything. We're just going to get 3 cubes and nothing more. Or we lose a point and we get 2 influence cubes in one of the area and we gain a diplomacy. Let me think about this. We already have 1 influence here, but it's all this DNPR. We don't have ships to get us there. I don't know. I mean, it's attractive to try to take Italy, but at the same time, I mean, because we are going to get points if we do, extra points. And then being able to take these towns, I mean, these aren't small towns either. Naples is a huge town, so is Roma, and then this guarantees us a Curia spot. There's a lot of positives. It's going to take a lot of my focus, though. And I need to move a ship over there. Not saying that that's impossible. I mean, to be able to get all these towns out, not a bad deal. I mean, I was sort of planning on doing the exploration route and scoring points that way. Not that I'm complaining about scoring points. I do lose a point if I take B. You know what? Fine. I'm going to take the 3 cubes, because 3 is more than 1. And I don't lose a point. I don't think it makes sense to take a loss in points just to put 2 influence cubes out here. And it doesn't even look like I'm going to be able to influence anything anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And yeah, now we have to replace our leader with this guy. And this one was sick, so I'm just going to lay it off to the side. So Christopher Columbus is gone, and now we got Carlos the First, and he's not sick, which does help. We do lose a point in diplomacy, but it's still pretty darn good. Alright, that brings us to the end of the round. The first player marker is going to move to England. I'm going to do that now. And then I'm going to move everything back. Okay, so let's do this. No truces, no NPR invasions. Well, actually, no, there is NPR invasions. What is that, 36? We got to read up on this. I don't know if anything's going to happen, but it actually does trigger. If an NPR is at war with a player, the NPR that's currently in India is at war with Ottomans, and it hasn't been touched. The player may face an invasion from that NPR if all 3 below are satisfied. So 1 second, let me... Alright, so all three of these criteria have to be. The NPR is not an active ally of a player. Correct. None of the areas where the NPR currently controls provinces contains hostile units. Correct. There is at least one eligible invasion target adjacent to the NPR. Not correct. But I'm going to continue reading. The target area must contain a town belonging to a hostile PR if they are adjacent by sea only and not by land. If they contain units that belong to the player realm which is not at war. If there's two or more, pick an order of priority. Capital. Add unrest to 2 towns. It's cool, but it's not happening. At least not in the one situation. So the situation I'm talking about here is, see right here, they're at war and they're connected to Iraq. So technically the Ottomans aren't adjacent, so they can't do anything about it. Now as far as everybody else, these guys are conquered and these guys are conquered. Although I should technically have occupation tokens over here. I don't. I know the unrest, though, got removed. So yeah, there's no NPR invasions here. And this one is wiped out. So we're good there. Okay, let's keep going. Rebels siege remove. Believe it or not, they're actually off the board. Peace resolution. Okay, let's start with Austria. I already gave them their points. And then, for whatever reason, I forgot to put a claim here, but removing the claim is going to bring peace. And yes, it's a total annexation for them. And their towns are already on the board, so everything's good to go for them. Here, I did this one properly. I don't know why I didn't do the Austria one properly. So we're going to remove the claim. And by removing the claim, they get to flip 2. So B and A. And then this, of course, goes away. And these go away. And the claim goes away. So now we come down to us. Our claim, we're going to take our claim away. And flip these. Oops. Throw those out. And there we go. So we get ourselves a nice little thing. Now, before it continues, we completed some missions here. La Reconquista. First of all, it's going to unlock 2B. I don't know if 2B is even in here. There it is. So it unlocked that mission. So here's what we get. Own all provinces in Andalusia. Gain a claim in northern Morocco is the one we're going to choose. Or place a Catholic token in oh, nope. We're not going to do the claim. That one I can produce pretty easily. The Catholic token's a lot harder. And it's going to save us some unrest. So we finally have Andalusia under control. No more unrest there. So that's what I want. I may pay 2 military cubes to research Janissaries. I am absolutely going to do that. And get our claim. And there she be. So we're going to get 2 points and Austria gets 1. So the Janissaries, in case you were wondering, and I went by the text too fast, this outcome here See, it's called the tertios, or however you pronounce it. This counts as 2 hits now for me, if I were to roll that. So that's pretty good. Glad to have that. And we're not done. Now we have Iberian Union. We actually did this quest. We vassalized Portugal, Macaronesia, Aragon, Andalusia, Leon, and Castile. And we're at peace. So we're going to gain 3 admin cubes. Or 3 light ships in the Central Atlantic. Actually, as much as I love the cubes, 3 light ships is pretty sweet. Although at some point you start making money like no tomorrow. Do I really need the ships? They come in handy, that's for sure. I'm actually going to take the 3 cubes. And let's see. Then it unlocks 2B, 3E, and 4C. So all these missions come out. 3E and 4C. So we only have 2 missions we haven't unlocked yet. So we got the Spanish Main, which I've been trying to do. This is a colonization one. The Italian Ambition is tough. But again, it gets to that thing we were talking about where I need to vassalize provinces in Naples, Sicily, and Corsica and Sardinia. Oh. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just need 1 more province. I actually have that one almost done. Because I got Sicily. I have half of Corsica and Sardinia. So I just need 1 more province. And I actually successfully do this. Then I gain 2 claims in Italy. Or the lowlands. That is how you do it. And then you get 4 points. Okay, that's pretty good, actually. This one, of course, you have to go after northern Morocco. Basically, you're attacking south, which is a great option because you can go right into Africa that way. Okay, defend the Catholic faith. State religion is counter-reformed. And I have to own 4 provinces in all these areas I don't own. That's almost impossible. Have 2 towns adjacent to the East Indies. That's going to be a while. Okay, so I do get 4 points for this and 2 points for that. So I scored 6 points. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And yeah, I'm going to get to pick 2 missions. I'm going to take the Spanish Main for sure. And I think I might do this. Continue the Reconquista. This one's definitely doable, but not yet. And these are all completed over here. Okay, I know that took a while, but that was a big thing. Prestige penalties. Now, I've been skipping these. For good reason, because it doesn't happen. The disputed succession is a big one, but if you have towns that are occupied by enemies or rebels, they do lose equal to their tax value. And that's something I forgot to do. There was a lot of towns occupied by rebels at some point by Poland, and to a lesser extent by Austria, and even by England. So all these scores should be lower. However, Poland and England are losing the game. Austria is the only one, and Ottomans, that are really giving me a run. And then France is actually doing a pretty good job. So I'm not going to worry about it too much, but just wanted to point that out. No interregnum. Religious dissent. Okay, let's take care of this. we're finally free of religious dissent. Although, if we have vassals that have a different religion than Muslim, something does happen here. I'm trying to remember what. If you have a vassal in every area where their religion is different, either remove one cube or add unrest to one of them. Yeah, so we do get unrest here. Okay, so the Ottomans get unrest there. The Polish have plenty of unrest to go around, but they get one there. Austria, I think, is finally okay. England and France are both okay. Oh, I forgot to do this. So France is going to settle this war as well. And they're going to have to negotiate a truce. So they're going to pull back a claim so they can flip this. And yeah. And France is going to gain 2 points for that. England was supposed to gain 5. I may have already given it to them. I apologize if I did. I think I did. Because I don't think they have many reasons to celebrate at the moment. Okay. What caused me? Oh, we were looking at dissent. We're good. Next up, gain or remove. So this is where I need to remember to look for the cubes here. So Austria for sure has one. Actually, in fact, they moved the cube twice, but they still only lose one unrest. So they get to pick somewhere that has unrest and remove it, and they're actually fine. So keep going. Roll rebel dice. Alright, for us, that's going to be 1. So let's roll it. Nothing happens. For the Ottomans, it's 0. Nope, I'm sorry, it's 1. They're losing a cube. For the Polish, 1, 2, 3, 4, a million. Sorry, I didn't mean to roll these ones twice. I forgot to roll this one. And then this one I'm just going to roll again. These are all lose a cube, and they get one back. Oh, it's going to be this one. Okay. France has 1. And I'm just going to take away their alliance right now, because all these guys lose their alliances. France has 1. They lose a cube. And then England, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They lose 1 and 2. 2 of them flip. So L, M, N, L. I'm sorry, that one's M. Alright. They got, oh, hold on, they got more over here. They do the higher tax area. That would actually be here. So M and L come back. G and F instead. Okay, we are done there. So let's keep going. This is actually the most painful part to get through. So here, this is mostly us, and then I always like to just do this part because I always forget. We're going to score 3 points for whoever the Curia is, and then 1 point for the HRE, which, although he's at 0 power right now. And then, of course, we have a lot of cleanup to do, which that's also painful. So they still get 1, even though they stink at it. And England now gets the 3 points. So they're moving on up to the east side. All right, so now for the fun part. We get to collect income. So we have 18 plus 8 is 26, and 4 is 30. And we have 1, 2, let's do this first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. So we're at 10, and then this is 11, 12, 13, 14, and it's 1 for every 2. And we do round up, so I am going to say 15. We just made 30, so that puts us to 16.
I mean, I don't really need that, but like, yeah.
So that's good.
Well, I was talking about league.
Made 16 bucks. I actually feel good about that. All right. Oh, then our monarch power. So we have 2 plus 4 is 6. 4, 5, 6. And then we have 3 plus 1 is 4. And then 3 plus 1 being 4. Okay, we're rolling in this, but there's so many ways to spend it. I mean, right here, probably not as useful. Obviously, this would be thematic. I don't really value it that much, but this one is one I definitely want, so that would cost 5. I've been rolling in cubes with this, and I've only taken 1 so far. Actually, 2. I apologize. This one would be nice. I get to take 4 trade cards instead of 3. And since somebody took it, it's more or less locked. Being able to draw 4 really just helps guarantee that you're going to get the merchant, that you're looking for. And we've gotten hosed a few times in this, so it's nice, but it's not a must-have. This one is closer to must-have if I plan to do what I plan to do. And to be honest, this one is super nice if you could ever get this. And so is this one. Although you do gain a debt, you basically get to remove an enemy battle dice every time they roll. So all 3 of these are good. Okay, update manpower, refresh merchants. We'll go ahead and update the manpower. So for us, it is becoming 9, 13, and 4 is 17. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, look at that. There's my other merchant. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. And yeah, the exhausted will get refreshed as well. Coming over here, they're at 7 and 6 is 13. That's still 13. Let's do everything else. Alright, 5 cards. 3 go on. 2 discarded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 11. 10, 1, 2, 3. Shuffle. Shuffle.
You know, sure, I will.
1, 2,
Show
3,
in this game.
4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They didn't play a single card. Alright, this automatically goes over.
Also, I can't get a main. Like, I'm playing Rakan and I'm playing him good right now. But I don't feel like...
3.
I feel like Rakan's sort of bad right now. Just because of the tank meta.
1,
I can't do much. I'm like
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
It's the Gengar, dude.
They do lose the manpower from those. And they have an automatic 10, 11, 12, 13. 13, and then they get 3 more because they're in the HRE. And they're still the Emperor, even though they stink at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then they have 8, 9, 10, 11.
What? Okay. I'll be back in 10 minutes.
1,
Sorry,
2,
2 seconds.
3. 1, 2. Done. Alright, so that covers, I think, most of their maintenance. So from here on out, it's really just map cleanup. I get to add a colonist to the colonist pool. So in our case, we have one, or no, we made a town out of them.
And we acquired...
So we're okay. Why didn't I claim this then? If I have a town. Oh my gosh. It's only 1 point, but still. I did receive it. And then I get 2 admin cubes, which I never spent. Or diplomatic, I mean. So let's get those out. So no colonists added. Remove all alliances, which I've been doing. We adjusted this. Past the first player token was already done. Yeah, we're ready. Ready for the next round. So with that, I'm going to end the video here. Thanks for watching. Stay awesome.